PR Connections Radio presents. This episode of Talks with Toi is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and non-profit organizations. It can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Talks with Toi, TWT. How are you? And welcome to my podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking to Stephen Pierce, and he's going to talk about his Airbnb as being a owner and manager of Airbnb, so he can give us an insight on what he does. And I also want to let you know that my new book is out, Behind the Scenes, Celebrity Life Behind the Scenes. And so I feature 50 celebrities that I have personally met, taken pictures with. So I will be doing just a small little tidbit of information on how I met these celebrities and what my thoughts were when I met them, and how our interaction went. Some of the stories will be really short, some will be a few pages long, but altogether it'll be good reading. So on my Talks with Toi, I interview different people just about their jobs, their careers, and we focus on information that can be insightful for my viewers and people who want to find out how this person got this position and what they have been doing to keep it. So as I say, with no further ado, we're going to bring on Stephen Pierce, who is going to talk today about his Airbnbs. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hello, Toi. Hello, Toi. Hey, it's good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank
you. It's about
for
time.
coming.
It's about time. You just don't love me anymore. That's all it is. What's up?
I always do. I always do. It's good for you to finally be on my podcast, because I've been on yours in the future. Always fun times.
Yes. Always good times. Always good times.
Yeah. So we know that you are a property owner and manager of Airbnbs, and also, you are an ex-pro football player. So we want to kind of talk about a little bit of all of it and find out, what's going on in your life right now. Give us a little insight on what's going on with Stephen.
Stephen is a entrepreneur.
CVP.
CVP, that's what they call me, man. It's just,
right.
I'm just gonna say, as a lot of people say, even if it ain't good, life is good. I'm living one day at a time, having a ball. And like you said, I played professional football. I played wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. Was on the field for a little while, but I did well with my money. That's when the Airbnbs came in. But what I'm doing right now, we're going to the Airbnbs in a minute. But what I do right now is I also sing. I sing in the NFL Players Choir. Pro players, we kind of the NFL Players Choir is a choir that sings at Super Bowl. We do an event every Super Bowl, a concert every Super Bowl, and from there, every year we pick out the guys who can really sing. We know who can sing, so we have a smaller group called Pro Players, the group, and we do shows all year. I just got back from Dallas this past weekend for doing a show Saturday. I got another one coming up next weekend. It's fun, man. It's like being in a locker room. I love being with these guys, and they can actually sing. And so you're going to be looking for a CD. What do y'all say? What do you young people say? Are the CDs, cassettes, 8-track, reel-to-reel? What do you call them these days? I don't know. I
guess CDs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. When you get older, and I'm the old guy in the group. They call me Pop. So they all young boys, but they good guys. But get back. Let's go to my Airbnbs, man. At a young age, I knew I wanted to own homes. I wanted to own homes, and I love working with kids, so I wanted to do events. So when I finally went to the NFL, I'm a penny pincher. Is that what you want to call it? My family call me cheap. They call me cheap. They say I don't want to pay, but I do. I spend money on people. I don't spend money on myself. That's the only thing. So when I went to the NFL, I was there for a couple of years. And every single check I had, except for one, I sent to my mom and dad. They saved my money, collect my money for me. And I was like, one of these days, if I ask for it, that's when I'm going to need it. Just hold it for me. I was still in college when I was in NFL, getting my political science degree from the University of Illinois. And I just flourished from there. When I got out, I didn't need the money. You know, I was telling my mom and dad, I don't need that money. You guys spend it. Every year they said, we got your money. We got your money. I was like, no, I don't need it. I said, save it for a rainy day. You know, save it for a rainy day. But then my grandmother passed, and I'm what you call, the older people used to call me the last one. And I didn't know what the last one meant. I was like, what is the last one? They finally told me, you're the last nice guy. You're the last gentleman. You're the last person that do everything for everybody. And they lived 12 hours away from me up in a little town called Orville, California. So whenever something went wrong, I would hop in the car and go take care of a broken window, get them a microwave. Well, they didn't even know what microwaves were back then, but I used to take care of their refrigerators. Anything that broke, I would get in the car and just drive up there. They were like, dang, Steve, do you live here? I said, no, but I'm just up here to take care of you. So one by one, they were passing away. They started giving me their homes because I was the only one they had. So started with my grandmother's, then I got another home. And then I bought a home in Chicago. And I bought another home in Chicago. So I had, I think four or five homes at an early. Then I got rid of two of them because I wanted to. It was really hard to manage properties out of town. It's hard because people don't want to pay their rent. If something breaks, I would have to fly to Chicago, and it's hard to get workers to work on your projects. And you'll pay them and you think they're working, but they won't show up to fix anything. So I got rid of those two. Now I don't know where I was at. I have 5 homes here, all in San Diego. So I have a few beach homes that I love. And I can touch them. I go 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from my house in La Jolla, and I'm right at the house. Matter of fact, I'm at one of the beach houses right now. So that's how I got them, and I love them. I told you. I mean, it makes money. It makes money for me. It's kind of slow right now, but they make money for me, and I love it. But the downfall with me is, like I said, I'm a really nice guy, and I really like doing for everybody. And I know a lot of people, but I don't know a lot of people. So to all my friends, I'm their best friends, but they're not really my friends. So I get calls every day, maybe 10, 20 calls a day. I'm coming to San Diego. I have a friend. Can we stay in your place? And I'm like, and I'm a sucker for real. I'm a sucker, man. And I'm like, you know what? If it's available, you can stay. I don't charge them anything. Well, I used to didn't charge them anything. The only thing I kind of charge some people now is the cleaning fee, because I still have to hire somebody to clean up. And I used to just go behind people and just clean it up. So I'm like, yo, you drop $250, you got a beach house for a week. I'll just come in and hire somebody to clean it up for you. So that's how I ended up with homes. And I just love them, man. I'm looking to buy more, but I don't want to buy too many too fast. The one I'm in right now is a condo. It's the first condo I've ever owned, and they have an association. Is that what you call it? Association. And it's like, it started off like $150. Now it's up to like almost $400. So I'm like, I'm ready to get rid of this because it hasn't grown. I think I paid almost $700, and it's only worth like $900. It should be like, if it was a single family home, I'd be like at 1.6 right now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this and buy another single family home down here, because it's not growing fast enough for me. But I also got to wait and see what our government gonna do, because there's laws change. There's so many things. There's so many things against us, especially if you're not into it. Especially the hotels. The hotels, they put up so much money to fight against you, to have all these rules and laws that they don't have to abide by. So you got to get on all these lists and all these. You got to pay so many people, so many taxes. I'm like, God dang. But it's still a win-win though. It's a win for me, because that's where my money is. I'm a believer in. I'm not keeping my money in the bank. I'm putting my money in a home. And a lot of people are like, just that's an investment. You're gonna lose your money. I said, your money ain't doing. Somebody else is using your money in the bank. The money that you got in the bank, somebody else is using it. See, I can always walk over here, knock on this. This is my home. This is my money. I can sell it for what more than I bought it for. So this is my bank right now. Every time I get a little chunk of change, I get another home. So hopefully my kids, hopefully kids one day will end up with maybe 10 homes apiece before I leave this place. So
I remember you let me stay in one of your beach homes as you just bought it. I don't know if it's the one you're in now. You had just bought it, so it wasn't ready for you to start renting it out. And I was like, I want to stay there. You're like, okay, you let me stay there for free. And your wife was like, no more. Don't you be letting nobody stay for free. We're like, I'm sorry. I cleaned it up before I left. It was good.
Yeah. You left it clean, so it was good. But I tell the wife, you ladies, oh my goodness, I had to deal with her, but that's not her business. She's the vice president of a company, and this is my business, and she's kind of almost now running my business. She's like, you can't let them stay for free. I'm like, baby, ain't nobody in it. So it might as well be used. Beautiful. I have beautiful beach homes. I mean, as soon as you walk out the door, the boardwalk is right there. The wavy side is right there. You cross the street, go to the other side. That's the Bay Area. So it's like, they're beautiful. Why have them sitting with nobody in it? I prefer to let people enjoy it than to have it just sitting there. And
I think too, it's a safety thing too, because then people never know when somebody's going to be there.
Exactly.
Break into it. So I think it's a safety thing too.
Yeah.
So what made you even start to get into the Airbnbs? What was your driving force on even starting that business?
Well, I've heard of, being actually before me, I have a brother, Doug Jones. He was 14 years older than me. He played in the NFL. He played for 9 years. So I had to follow in his footsteps. And all I ever heard was athletes don't do anything for people. Athletes don't do this. They don't do that. They lose investments. The agents take all their money. Everybody taking their money. And me, I don't believe in the stock market and all that, because I can't control my money in the stock market. I call this buying homes is a dummy decision. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Dummies can buy homes. So I buy homes. Like I said, I can reach out and touch it anytime. I know where my money is. In the stock market and all the other stuff, I don't know. I don't know. But somebody told me when I got older, they said, you see all these broke professional athletes, but you never see a broke agent. You know what I'm saying? They stealing all their money. They still are. That's why a lot of people's moms are being agents now, because there's so many crooks out there. They'll drive you broke, but they'll have all the money. So, I mean, got me started. Just like, I believe in homes. I love homes. I love and something you really know. I know I can't lose. Well, you can. You buy low, sell high. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of, I kind of use that fraction right there. So I was like, yeah.
So what would be your, do you think like the beach houses are the best, or just a regular Airbnb in just a particular community? Is there one thing that trumps the other as far as location goes?
To me, it's about location, but a lot of people it's not, because they have, they have different places. Even when I rent, sometimes when I leave, I have to go to a softball tournament, and it's in the middle of nowhere. Once I was driving so far into some woods, I was like, oh my goodness, something about to pop out, But once I got up in there, it was cool. So a lot of people, you don't know really. You got to do your research and look at that home and pull up the map and see what area it's in. But I try to buy homes on the beach. All my homes are on the beach, so because I know they're gonna rent there. Everybody wants to come to the beach, but then like the college area, you can do long time rentals in college, like 4 to 6 months or a year, every year. So you can know your home in college area is going to be rented. So you got to go to those areas. So.
Okay. And what is the time period that most of your Airbnbs? Is it just like weekends that people do them, or do you ever get like people who want to be there for the whole summer? What's the longevity of your average person who comes and stays at one of your Airbnbs?
Well, right now, most of them aren't. They're long term. I tell you, the government or the state or whatever, they come in and they make you do everything. It's crazy how you think it's your home and it's not. So you can't have an Airbnb and have a long-term rental at the same time. So you got to be either or, but they still both on Airbnb. So right now my homes are long-term rentals. You got to rent, I think, 3 months or more. 3 months. So our nurses just left. They was here for 6 months, and then the other nurses was here 6 months before then. And somebody wants to come in and rent for a year. Somebody wants to rent one for a year and a half. So they're going like that right now. So the one that you stayed in at the beach, you talking about a hookup, girl? I got you. There's a professional hockey player standing in there right now. He plays for the San Diego Gulls. He's in there right now. So if you want tickets to the game, all I gotta do is say, "Yo, I just picked up my late rent from him." He's there. He's there right now. I just left him. That's where I was coming from. He's there right now. I don't want to say his name or anything like that. Just don't say my address. But he's a cool dude. It ain't like it's professional football or basketball. So he's only here for like 3 months, I think, just for the season. He got traded. He was up north. So he still have an apartment up there, I think. But then he had to find a place down here. He said he loved that beach house. So even the studio, I have a studio on the bottom. It's a young guy from out of the country that's standing there. He just moved in there about 2 weeks ago. He'll be in there for, he's supposed to be 3 months, but then he just said he wanted to extend it because I told him he's going to lose his mind. I said, bruh, you got to have some control living right here on the beach because it's a whole bunch of bikinis going to be walking by here. Man, he got the biggest smile. He got the biggest smile. Yeah, so he happy. He said, I want to extend. He want to stay there. So I'm like, okay, it's yours, baby.
Yeah, the only bad thing about being at the beach is the parking sucks.
Oh, the parking does, but I got a handicap sticker, so it's good. It's cool for me, and I have got plenty of tickets. But if you go, let me see, not even a quarter of a mile, you go down to the first light where most of the restaurants are and make a left. It's like an island out there. It has a whole bunch of parking out there. It's only like a 5-minute walk. It's not bad, if you don't mind walking. But you make sure you drop everything off at the house, at the groceries and everything. But I actually don't trip on this. I do have a garage. I have a garage. You can park your car in the garage, and I have a place park outside. It's where my golf cart is. I just refuse to move myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making that garage into a man cave. So I will always have a place to stay when I'm there. So if you need a place to stay, that's always going to be available. That's always going to be. And I'm going to do so much to this place. It's going to be sick. It's going to be nice.
All right, we just got to get permission from the missus first.
Oh man, no, this one I don't. I don't have to have permission for this because this is not a rental. This is just my place. Okay. Yeah, it won't be a rental. I'm like, no, you have no say on this one. She be bullying me.
So what are some of the ups? I know some of the Airbnbs, I hear that they put like noise controls on properties and stuff like that. Is that like your choice to do stuff like that? Or is that like a mandatory thing that Airbnbs require for people to stay there? What are some of the ups and downs on being a Airbnb owner? You want, first off, people don't like people they don't know stand next to them. I remember my first Airbnb, and that's how I came up into my third house. It was my mom and dad's house. I turned that into Airbnb. And as soon as I told my neighbors, because I grew up with them, that their parents, I knew they knew I was going to Airbnb, and they said, we're going to fight you. We're going to fight you for this. We're not going to approve it. Say, don't worry about it. I said, but first of all, anybody I have in this house is going to be respectable. So that's all in my laws that when you sign in, do not park in front of anybody's house. First of all, you could park 6 cars in my driveway. You could park 3 cars on the street. You don't need anything else other than that. If you do, just go down to the block, go around the corner, and it's a 2-minute walk. It's right there.
no loud music, no parties, unless they tell me. If some people say, yeah, we're going to have a 60-year-old party, a 40-year-old party. And I'm like, yeah, 40-year-old, I don't know about that. 50, 60, it may be. And I should just be respectable. But ever since I've had that one open, I mean, my neighbors absolutely love these people, because what happens is you get to meet people, and people see it's like any relationship, any ethnicity. You hate people, you don't like people just because of their color. The thing is, you got to get to meet people. You know what I'm saying? Once you meet people and you'll see how they are, you're like, oh man, this person's just like me, or actually nicer. So my neighbors start meeting these people, and man, they calling me saying, oh, Steve, man, you got 10 whatever workers in there. Man, we're going to do business with them. We're going to do everybody come through. They have some type of company or here for some kind of business. So they just network with everybody there, and they love it now. They love it, man. Shoot. So it's like a win-win. So I've never had I had one person tear my house up, man. It's just like, I was like, whoa. And that was it. But other than that, it's pretty good. I don't, all pretty much ups. Everything is ups, not a lot of downs. Only really down I have is with my wife. Cause she thinks she's the boss of me. You know what I'm saying? She be bullying me and yelling.
We know she is.
Man, she be yelling at me. Well, she don't yell. She don't cuss. She don't talk like that. But she talks like down to me at times. I'm like, yo, these are my homes. You know what I'm saying? These are not. Because when I first started doing it, actually kind of before her, she didn't want no part of it. No part of it at all. This is what you do. This is what you do. This is yours. But when she saw that money start coming in, oh my goodness. Every check goes to her. So it's like I'm a slave right now, bro. All I do, and I don't even keep any of the money. That's the whole thing. I keep no money. I get no money. So I decided I'm gonna be the cleanup person, so I can keep the cleanup fee. Man, and then she started taking half of that. So I only get half of the cleaning fee, and I'm doing all the cleaning. So the only man, I'm like, yo, you like greedy, dude. So, but it's all good. I like it. The reason I like it, and I like collecting the money is, like I said, I'm a nice dude. I give every penny I have to somebody. Every time I got some of my brothers in the choir. They play in the NFL. They were young guys. They just broke. A lot of them broke. And when we go, we get paid. I give them my check. I'm like, no, don't send me my check. Go ahead and send it to what's his name. He's having a hard time. I never bring home my money. So I like it because she don't give me a reason to, she don't give me a choice. She's just taking to pay bills,
Yeah. And I know with your team where you guys do sing, where you guys go travel all around the world singing. I know you guys got a chance to be on a famous show.
Yeah.
And was it America's
Got Talent? Yeah,
and
man.
Y'all made it up pretty much to the final. So congratulations on that.
Thank
How
you.
was that experience?
Yeah, man, that was great, man. I had a great time. Like I said, anytime with the guys is great. They think I'm crazy because once you get to a certain age, you really don't care what people think about you. You don't care what you say. And I've been like that actually almost all my life. And I did a live taping of when we was like getting makeup and haircut and all that kind of stuff. And man, it was funny because I don't like makeup and all that. But let me go back. Okay, America's Got Talent. Man, it was so good. Let me see. We first, all of us live in different parts of the country. So everybody's like, dang, you guys sound so good. How often you guys get together and you learn this song? We don't get together. We fly in the day before whatever show we do and we learn songs right there. That's what I think our story is. And I think that's what makes us so great. That athletes, we learn on the spot. We learn right there. Where all these other groups, they live together and they've been doing this for 20, 30, however many years they together. They do it together. We don't. We just get together and we just do it. And I think that's excellent. So Simon Cowell, so living in different countries, they was bringing us out. Nobody said they wanted to do it. Everybody's like, no, man, I ain't getting paid to do this. we don't want to go, So nobody wanted to go. But me being the old guy, I'm not retired. I am retired, but I have Airbnb, so I make my own schedule. I'm like, I'm in. I'm doing it. And then the original Cam Newton played for the Atlanta Falcons. I hit him. That's one of my tightest guys. I was like, Cam, dude, ain't nobody going. I said, trust me. If you and I say we going, everybody's gonna start bowing in. They're gonna start saying they want to go. And we told the young lady Mel, I said, yeah, we going no matter what. If we have to do a duet, we going. So all the guys start saying, yeah, okay, we gonna go. But what's the rules? And it came down to the rules that if you win, I don't know if I'm not supposed to be telling anybody this, but if you win $1 million. That's one. Number two, you have to sign a 6-year deal with Simon Cowell. And then number three was Simon Cowell. Oh, you have to do a 6 months residency in Las Vegas. And we're professional athletes, we trainers, we all live in the United States. And everybody's like, man, we ain't got time to do that. We not going on this show. So, but when it came down to it, we had them sign a contract to say we couldn't win. We didn't want to. And I know their numbers was low and they really wanted us to win so they could get their numbers up. And so we'd still be with him doing records right now, but nobody had time to do that. So we made them sign something to say that whatever happens, we're not going to win. We were going to the finals. People left. People start quitting. They went home. They said, nope, he's trying to make us win. We're not going to win. We could, I'm take my contract back. We're not doing so. So that next show, we lost. We went out, but it was a win-win. It was great. Everybody saw us, man, everywhere we go, like, man, you're on. When it was at your beach house, I call it your beach house. One of my guys at a restaurant, he said, wasn't you on America's Got Talent? I said, yeah. I said, you know that? He said, man, my whole family watches it all the time, man. It's nice being old at my age. Now I'm not old, but people recognizing you again and seeing you and knowing who you are. It's fun. It brings a little joy to my heart because I ain't been around the football world in 500 years. So how do you get the word out that you have the Airbnbs? And do you think because of your celebrity status, you being a pro ball player, and of course your wonderful big personality, I know those are things that help you, get the word out on what you're doing. But how do you go about getting the word out? Like, say, a regular person who doesn't have the limelight or the status that you have, how would they go about marketing their products, their Airbnbs, to get it out there? Well, there is sometimes I already know. It's like sometimes it's a secret society that you have to say certain things on your booking to get people's attention. I already know that for a fact. But me, I don't put mine out there. I don't like word of mouth. Right now, I don't like people telling people that I have Airbnbs because, again, me, I can't charge people, and everybody expects to get it for free. So if they do end up calling me, I used to try to send them to my wife, but I said, you know what? I'm not gonna play any games. I'm just gonna go on the link and send them the link and what it costs. Yes. When they come to me, they don't want to pay anything. So when I send them the link, I already know it's gonna be a no, and my prices are better than anybody's around here. But since I was a former NFL player, they think I'm gonna give everything for them for free. They want to drive my cars, they want to take my jet skis out, they want to take my boats out, I'm like, no, this doesn't come with it, dude. No, my family told me you were gonna take me on your boat. I'm like, come on, man, I'm not here to entertain you, but which I do though, because everybody who stays, they beg me to come visit. When they're cooking, they say, we're cooking on Saturday. Can you come through? And I go through. My wife she's human resources, and she's like, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. I said, that's how I get more clients. They love me. So they telling other people to come rent. These are not freebies, these are renters. Right. But now I don't go anymore. I don't go hang out with the guys anymore or whoever's staying there. I don't. So I try to not to mingle. I try to be corporate like her. She's corporate, but me, it's a personality. It's personal to me. I like people. I'm a people's person. You know how I am.
I know how
So,
you are. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So if somebody wanted to get into the business of Airbnb, what would you recommend? What would you suggest for them to do?
I recommend them to go stay in some Airbnbs first,
Okay.
and then have a chunk of change ready to put down on some money on some properties. But some people go into partnership. I don't do partners because this partner's thinking this way and you thinking the other. So it's always good to have your significant other as a partner, and you guys looking into it together. And the most important thing is always buy low, not really fixer uppers. You got to do the math, and it has to make sense to you. Because if you go get a fixer upper, you got, make sure you have somebody in there, workers that can rebuild this place at a great price. Because sometimes it's even cheaper to buy a new house than to buy a fixer upper, because by the time you start fixing it up, it's going to cost the same as a new house. And you've been through all that headache with, all that. It comes down to the contractors. Also, you gotta have reliable contractors, which I don't. I don't have reliable contractors. I do a lot by myself, and I've learned to do a lot by myself. I grew up handyman. I can do it all, but doing it is, I just don't be wanting to do it because I don't have a lot of time to do it. And when I see some contractors come in and try to cut curves, I'll be looking at them. I'm like, dude, I know how to do this. I just don't have the time, bro. Stop trying to punk me, Somebody's always out there trying to get you. Always. Ain't nobody. Trust me, y'all. I'm looking in the camera. Hey, only trust yourself. I'm gonna tell you, because there's people out there, everybody out there to get you. They out to get you, and they ain't never gonna offer you anything. They ain't never going. All the people, all these years I took on my boat, not one of them asked me, "Do you need any gas, Steve?" I'm gonna say no, but ain't one of them, not one of them asked, "Steve, you want me to help you with gas?" Or "Steve, you want me to help you clean it up?"
Right.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they don't. But it's my joy. God brought me on earth to help people out, and I feel good about that. I feel good about helping my wife. Always, forever, she was always saying, "They're just using you. They're just using you." And I always tell her, "Baby, I'm a believer." I said, "You must not be a believer. I'm a believer." She said, "They're using you. Everybody using. Nobody give you gas. Everybody you fly them out for free, and you be letting them stay for free." And one day I had to tell her, because I said, "Dang, she's serious about this." I had to sit her down and tell her. I looked her straight in the eyes. I said, "Baby, they not using me. I'm using them." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "God brought me on to help people out. I know what I can give and what I can't. I ain't stupid. I'm not stupid, but I'm using them. I love helping people. I love when I go on, you see me live everywhere I go. I wish I had everybody with me. Because a
Yes.
lot of people are like, "Dang, I never been Steve, you everywhere." I'm like, I wish you was with me to see it. I wish you would with me to, man, it's just a beautiful thing. But I know what I'm doing. I'm living. I'm
Yes.
living my best life, and I'm always gonna live my best life. All right,
Right.
only person can bring me down is me, and I ain't gonna never bring myself down. Never.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
one of my slogans,
yep,
living your best life. Matter of
yep.
fact, somebody was like, one of my Facebook pages got shut down. Somebody teased me. They're like, they got tired of you saying you was living your best life. I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep living it whether they watch it
Right.
or not. I'm gonna keep doing me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But tell me
Exactly.
this, Steve. I've heard some people will rent a property that may be close to the beach or a prime property so that they can do Airbnbs in it. What is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, in college we used to call it what was it called? God dang it. It was called subleasing. Because I did that with my Mike Martin. He played for Cincinnati Bengals. He went to the University of Illinois. When I came in the summer, he was already playing for the Bengals, and he had like a 6-month contract, but he only did 3 months in school to finish. So he had 3 more months. So I actually rented somebody else's apartment for him. I ended up paying. It's called sublease. So there's a whole bunch of companies that go out there. That's what's making it so difficult, has been making it difficult. It's companies that go out there, they'll rent your place and they'll rent it to somebody else. And Airbnb actually likes it that way, which that should be illegal right there, because they're making money off of you and they don't own anything. So I'm like, it's hard. And Airbnb, they charge so much to the person who's renting. I didn't know they charged that much. I think they charge us 3%, but they charge them, shoot, when it comes down to it, Airbnb and taxes, they almost make the same amount as me, if not more. And I'm like, that's crazy, because forever I didn't know Airbnb was charging them that much. They charge them a lot, the renters. Yeah,
So since you know so many people, you have such great followings, do you have to do yours underneath the Airbnb umbrella, or can you just rent it out yourself with the same type of technique that you do with Airbnb, so that you don't have to pay that 3%?
Yeah, I could do it. They make you sign a contract that you can't rent it out. Like this place I'm at right now, it's not rented right now. Somebody just checked out a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something like that. I could be renting it right now, but in the contract it say I can't. I have to go through Airbnb. And then this place right here, for some reason, people from like Germany, from out other countries, they love this place. This place is 2 blocks away from the beach. They love this place, but the restaurants is right across the street, surrounded by restaurants, and it's a nice area. But it's, like I said, it's empty right now. But it would be not against the law, but illegal for me to rent it out for the weekend to somebody, because it's under a different kind of contract. It's under what do you call it? Long-term renting. So you can't do both.
Well, what kind of contract do you have with Airbnb? Like, what's the standard, the length of time that you can, be on your own compared to be underneath their umbrella?
I can cut it off right now. Say I ain't with y'all.
Okay.
But the thing is, you gotta be on a list to get a license to do it, and that's what takes so long. And matter of fact, the one you say that, I don't even have a license for Airbnb. I have a license for a long-term rental, but it's so many homes on the beach that's Airbnbs that they make you stay in line, and so that's why it's not Airbnb, but it's Airbnb long-term. So that's what I mean. It's so many different rules, and I don't even know the rules, especially now that my wife is running it, because they start changing. They change them all the time, and I'm like, yo, I can't keep up with all these changes. They be like, that's illegal. But I wish I could. But it's a lot of marketing that I would have to do to actually get out and rent it myself. And I wouldn't want to do it because, again, people would want it for free from me.
Now, Airbnb, do they send people there to look at each property that comes underneath their umbrella, or do you just submit pictures or videos? Or
no, we get grades. We get graded. I'm a super host. As I always say, I'm a super hoe. I tell my wife I'm a super hoe, baby, because she was always like, "You didn't clean this. You didn't clean." I said, "Baby, my stuff stay clean." I said, "Okay." Matter of fact, go to the site right there. She opened the site. I'll be clowning her. Open the site. She look at it. I said, "What does that say right there?" She look at me. "You a super hoe." I said, "That's right." So don't ask me if I clean. People grade me. I'm a super hoe. So don't trip. Come on, man. My stuff stay clean. I clean better than the housekeepers, because actually when the housekeepers come, I go after them and clean up, because I just don't like the way they clean. They don't fully clean,
But you do have to send like pictures or a video in order to be underneath the umbrellas Airbnb.
At the beginning, it's the same pictures, because it really never changed. It really never changes.
Okay.
So it's the same.
Okay, well, what information can you share to our viewers that maybe I didn't ask you? Something you want to enlighten them on?
Yeah, I want to enlighten y'all on. I love you guys.
We love you.
Love you guys. Love you guys.
I'm one of the ones been on your boat, and I haven't offered to give you gas.
Right. That's okay. But
my bad.
I'm
sorry, I didn't mean to.
But you're different. Now, females is a whole different thing from guys. You know what I'm saying? Females is a whole different thing from guys.
Party for her birthday and stuff.
Man, yeah. Because
that was fun.
Yeah, because most of the time
we all just got on there. Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I'm really gonna take it out anyway. But some of my guys be asking me to take it out, and I'm like, man, I ain't trying to be caught on no boat with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just speaking to them guys because a lot of my guys just been, begging for stuff for years, taking my cars. You don't drive your Mercedes. You don't drive it. I'm like, if you don't bring my Mercedes back, dude, I'm a report it stolen. I got people who keep my cars for 2-3 years. I'm like, if you don't bring my car back, dude, it's like you don't drive it anyway. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter,
So if somebody wanted to ask you some questions, more detail, or either rent out one of your beautiful Airbnbs, how can they get in touch with you?
Go through Toi. Go through you. I don't want nobody having my numbers or my email because man, they be on me. They want it for free, everything. So go through you. What's your email and what's your handle? So they can go through you. Go through Toi.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they can Toi Moore at AOL.com. Yeah, and then I got my Talks with Toi at AOL. I'm still old school AOL. It ain't broke, so don't fix it.
There you go.
So anyway, so thank you for being a part of our my Talk with Toi. I appreciate your time. I always love being around your bubbly personality.
And man,
your wife. I haven't had a chance to be around your wife that much, but been around her a little bit. She's the quiet one, and you're the one with
quiet, really quiet. She really don't go anywhere. She really just stay in the house. She stay in the house and work all the time.
Yeah.
That's a whole another story. Story. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a part of our Talks with Toi, and I will see you around, I'm sure, soon. The summer is coming up.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be out on the boat, baby. I can't wait.
I'm ready to go back to stay at the Airbnb again.
There you go.
Ask for permission so she don't chew me out this time.
She don't care. She gonna chew me out. She ain't gonna say nothing to nobody but me. Yeah, nobody but me. It's all good. But thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a part, and I look forward to seeing you soon. You take care.
All right, y'all take care.
Safe out there. Okay,
all
you
right.
too. Bye-bye, Steve.
Bye.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.